welcome to this video. In today's video, we will be discussing a very interesting enterprise integration pattern called multicast. Okay, and we will try to do a little workshop and we'll try to implement this multicast EIP using our Spring Boot and Apache Camel. All right, so let's first try to understand what is multicast and what could be the real life scenario where you can implement this EIP. So the multicast EIP allows to route the same message to a number of endpoints and process them in a different way. Okay, so what we are saying here is that you have a incoming message, okay, which is coming over here, but you have a multiple recipient list, i.e. these different endpoints. Okay, and you are sending a copy of this message to these endpoints. And once these endpoints modify that message, like such a maybe enrich with some additional information or remove some properties, those changes will not be visible over here, i.e. at different endpoints. So that's the beauty of this multicast. You can think of this design pattern as some sort of broadcast, right? Where you receive a message and then you are broadcasting to different endpoints. What could be the real life scenario? Let's just try to visualize for a second that you have a news portal, right? And in that news portal, what happens is that news portal, based on your region, it can translate some piece of text, or it shows you um, the news in your own regional language. So what can happen is, let's say I have a content management system where my story writer is writing something in English. As soon as that person submits that story, it can come to server, and then server can take that story and it can broadcast or send it to multiple endpoints which are responsible to translate that piece of text into regional language. Say for example, I'm writing something in English. As soon as I publish it, I want it to be stored in different system in different languages rather than me translating at runtime. Okay, so let's say for example, I got piece of text in English. I would like to maybe send it to endpoint which is responsible to translate into German, another endpoint to French, third one maybe Chinese, fourth maybe some Indian variant of it, like some Indian language. So this is where you can use this EIP. Okay, another real life example, just try to visualize it. Let's say you have some sort of e-commerce web application. Okay, as soon as a customer places an order, what you want to do is you would like to notify multiple systems, okay, which are responsible to take the money, prepare the stock and send it out. So what you can do in this situation is, let's say as soon as an order comes on your server, typically what will happen is you'll try to process things sequentially, right? First order comes, you may try to take the money first, and then maybe try to allocate the stock, and then notify warehouse that they need to send the item. So these are typical steps. What you can do is, in order to fast process these things, let's say your e-commerce site is high traffic website such as Amazon, okay, or maybe any other big company like that. So what you can do is, as soon as the order comes, you can broadcast to several endpoints. One can be responsible to credit check and taking the money from customers. Second could be allocating the stock. Third one is maybe notifying the warehouse that they need to prepare some sort of lorry truck to ship the item out. Okay, we are not thinking of the failure scenarios over here. What if the credit check fails? Of course you can notify again, and all those things can be rolled back. But we are thinking of a scenario here where you'd like to parallelly process the same message, okay, to speed up the thing. Let's just try to write some code, okay, over here, so this thing becomes absolutely concrete. So let's just come to our little IntelliJ application over here. So what I'm planning to do is I'm going to build a brand new route over here. Okay, let's call that route multicast route. Okay, perfect. And since we promised we're going to write into Spring Boot, so what we have to simply do is we have to register this class as a Spring Bean. Okay, we're going to decorate it with component. It can be surveys, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to use component. Okay, and we need to extend route builder class given by camel, which basically tells camel that okay, this particular class is building or registering a route. Okay, this little error over here, let's just try to increase the font size so it's absolutely visible, and I can get rid of this for time being. All right, so we have to implement a method called configure, okay, which basically tells camel at startup that these routes needs to be registered. So typically how we do it, we're gonna say from, okay, and to. So if I'm not using this multicast EIP, what will happen is I'll typically let's try to send it to these various twos, correct? Okay, or to itself can take a list, right? So I can say direct maybe A, comma direct B, and so forth. So the this is good. Okay, what it's simply doing is it's again kind of sequentially sending a message from one endpoint to another endpoint. And the problem here is that if this endpoint A modifies the message, those changes will be visible over here. Plus things are kind of sequential. So the use case we have in mind here is that I like to receive a message, but I like to broadcast in a manner that first maybe whether it's running sequentially or parallelly, because multicast supports both of these options. But I do not want that message to be modified. Okay, going back to our news or blog example, if I have translated already to German or French or some Indian language, I do not want I'll probably lose the original message, right? Then I have to write something from translating back from Indian to French or something like that. But I want to keep my original source, right? There are various ways of doing it, but there is a simple design pattern to solve this very problem. So what we are simply going to do is we need some sort of data producer, but since we don't want to complicate our application, we are simply going to use a timer, okay, which will be, let's say, producing some sort of orders every I don't know, let's just say every few seconds. Okay, we just want to visualize this thing. So let's say every 2 seconds this ticker or timer will be sending a new order. Okay, and what we can do is we can create maybe let's say just over here we can say, what, you whenever this event happens, try to create a new order. Okay, assumption here is this thing is coming from the external world. Over here we are just doing it ourselves. All right, so exchange, I'm just gonna go and try to update the body of the message. First what we have to do is we have to say exchange get the incoming message, okay, which is coming over here, and then you set the body. In this body, what I can do is I can set some sort of JSON blob, which is kind of representing uh, order. First, let's just try to declare an integer. So with every tick, we can kind of increase the the order ID. Okay, let's say I have this little JSON order over here, which I'm going to type now. Okay, so this is what it is. So what we're simply doing is we are creating a very simple JSON blob over here. Okay, this is a very crude way of doing it, but this is just for demonstration purpose. So what we are doing is we are sending a JSON text. Okay, we are saying order ID is, every time this ticker happens, you just increment the order ID. So it starts from 100, 101, 102, 103, something like that. Okay, and I'm saying this is the price, customer has to pay. So what we are going to do is now we will be sending this item to, I'm not using multicast just to demonstrate what will be the difference between using direct routes versus multicast. So let's just say first what we want to do is we want to send this to a route called payment. Okay, just maybe that's a good enough name, and it's quite clear. Second route we like to do it, we probably just want to send it to stock allocation. Ooh, where is it gone? Yeah, stock allocation. All right. Wow. Stock allocation. Okay, so what we are doing is we are sending this message, the order message, which I received over here, to these two endpoints. And now we have to declare these endpoints as well. So I'm going to say from direct payment. When I receive this message, what I like to do is maybe I like to enrich with something. So we can demonstrate what happens to the actual message which is traveling on this route. Okay. So let's say process this message, and again we're going to get exchange, and let's try to create a little method which can basically take our uh, JSON and enrich with something. Okay, what I can send it over here is I can send exchange, and I'm going to add some text which is basically, let's say, order status. Okay, and I can say paid over here. Okay, no no actual business logic here, just trying to set something, some event into our body. Okay, after that I'm just going to print this message so we know exactly what happened to to that body of the message. Okay, let's print it on the error level because my log has been increased to avoid some noise. So I got the log over here, and how can I print the body? Very simply, I can say dollar. Okay, print the body which you see in this this exchange. All right, this is how you write this expression. So there is a little error over here. What it's simply asking us, it's asking that I can't find this method, so we are going to create this brand new method. Okay, and this is our exchange, which is good. This is our maybe order status. Okay, let's call it order status. This is our order status value. Okay, so what I'm thinking of doing here is I'm going to take the message out of the exchange, which is the JSON which we wrote above, as you can see over here, and maybe add a new column over here, new property over here, maybe the order status or something like that. In real life application, you can kind of deserialize that into DTO, and then you can very nicely interact with the message. What I'm simply going to do over here is I'm going to take the message out and then just manipulate the JSON. Okay, and then add a status value. So something like this. Okay, something like this. So what we are simply doing is we got the message. Okay, and then I said, okay, give me the uh, body of that message, which is basically this. All right, which we have set it here. And then I said, okay, add status. So I'm using very crude way, like I'm picking up this last curly braces and I'm adding this new text. Okay, so let's not go into too much of how it can be improved, because this is not how you will be doing. You will be using some sort of JSON parser, and then you will be enriching this information in a nicer way. But we got the idea. So what we have here is I've got one route for payment. I need to create another route for stock allocation. These routes are not doing anything, but just they are adding event, okay, just to prove the theory that how multicast is really going to work. So let's say allocate it. Okay, this is after processing the message. The payment has been taken, stock has been allocated, and we are now ready to publish an event to notify maybe the other routes or other systems. So what are we expecting at this point? So if I run this program, what I'm expecting is that since this is a direct route, what's going to happen is as we process or progress on this route, the things which will be keep on adding into the same message. But that's not what we want. But let's just first try to run it and then see how multicast is going to solve that problem. So I have written very simple camel application over here, as you can see. Okay, this we can ignore. I was trying out a few things. It's a very simple application called camel application. I have given this name. You can call it whatever you want. It's a Spring Boot application. Okay, you have to enable component scanning, and that's pretty much it. So let's try to run our application. Okay, it's saying payment has multiple endpoints. So because as you can see, I copied pasted what I should have called is stock allocation rather than payment, because otherwise system saying, hang on, I see two from payments, and it's kind of getting confused with it. Okay, which is the right thing. If I run it now, because this is like a sequential processing, so as message goes from one state to another, as you can see, first we got paid, and then I've got another status allocated, which what's it's telling us, that we are kind of working on the same message rather than on a fresh copy. Let's try to solve that problem. How do we solve it? We promised we're going to use multicast design pattern over here. What you simply need to do is, that's the beauty of Camel. That's why I'm kind of in love with Camel. I'm simply going to say multicast. That's it. That is going to solve our problem. If I run now, what will happen? The problem which we saw just now, which was this thing was kind of suffixed or keep added into my original message, that problem will go away. Let's run it. Boom. Okay, there we are. So what you can see over here is, if I pause my screen for a second, I've got order ID. Okay, status is paid, which means it's a fresh message. This is another message processed by another route. As you can see, the route IDs are telling us that they are different routes: route 3, route 4, route 3, route 4. Okay, if I add maybe another route, you'll have a different number over here. So this is how we have solved our problem of sending a kind of sequential process to multicast. Okay, and we are parallelly processing on a fresh copy. One thing which again you can do if you're thinking of using this pattern. So right now this thing is happening in a sequential order, i.e., even though the root, the camel will be sending a fresh copy to these endpoints, but things still are happening in sequential manner. What you can do is you can actually ask it to do parallel processing. Okay, there is a thing called parallel processing. What's going to happen is you will kind of remove those bottlenecks, like, because now what's going to happen is, if when it comes to this route, if there is a delay in this thing, this route will only be invoked once this thing is finished processing. If you do not want to do that, and which is a, like typical broadcast, that you don't care how the downstream consumer is consuming your message, this is what you can do over here. You can just say parallel processing. Okay, let's quickly run it, and then we can finish this session. Okay, good. So how do we kind of prove that this is running in parallel? As you can see, like the timestamp is pretty much same, even though, like without this parallel processing, I wouldn't be able to see much. But if I put a little bit of sleep over here, you would be able to see that what I mean by putting the parallel processing. Okay, so this is a little design pattern, multicast, to broadcast the same message to multiple destination. Hope you like the video. Please give me your comment, thumbs up, and thanks for your time.